Hello, welcome to Short Story Scene. I am your host, the storyteller, and here we have a tale called A Disqualified Jockey Story by Banjo Paterson. You see, the thing was that this way there was me, that rode panoply in the splendor mare, and the eeky chambers on the iron duke, and the smith of the half-chaste rider of regret, and the long bloke of Wagga, him in the rode the Venernique and the righty snowy river horse. Well, now them had the chances not a chance among the lot unless the rest fell dead. I wasn't trying, for the blind man's dog could see Enchantress was a certain cop, and all the books in the laying 6-4. They brought her out and show our lot of road, and so they said, but the Gord's truth. And you know, and they used to believe 'em, though they took an oath on 40 Bibles, and they tell the truth. And anywho, an amateur was up. And this Enchantress was so eke on me, and thought that we might frighten him a bit by asking if he minded riding rough. Oh, not at all, said he, oh, not at all. And heard the robo park, and if they comes to bumping, I'm in Moses, and strike me blue, says he, and I'll bump you over either a rail, and inside a rail or outside, which you choose good enough for me. With a settled and then the shaking sense he near got killed, and being sent a buster on the rail, and he saw a champ bumping a horse, and they fetched him down in the stony bridge, and the eeky thought it best to leave the bloke alone, and I agreed. So all the books was lying 6-4 against the favorite, and the amateur was walking in the Enchantress up and down, and me and Smithy backed him, for we might be as well for getting something for ourselves, because we knew that our horses couldn't win, but Eeky wouldn't back him for a bob, and because he said that he reckoned he was stiff, and all the books was lying 6-4. Well, anywho, before the start of the news got around, and this here amateur was stiff, and our good stuff was blued, and all the books was in it, and the prices lengthened out, and every book was busted of his throat, and lying 5-1 the favorite. And so there was we who couldn't win ourselves, and this here amateur that wouldn't try, and all the books was lying 5-1. So Smithy says to me, you take a hold then for their moke of yours, and round the turn, and come with beneath the Enchantress with a whip, and let her have it, and long bloke of me, and we'll wait ahead, and when she comes to us, we'll pass her on the belt and her down the straight, and Eeky flog her home, and because his boss is judge and steward and the Lord knows what, and so he wouldn't be touched. And as for us, and swear we'll only hit her by mistake, and all the books were lying 5-1. Well, off we went, and coming to a turn, and I saw the amateur was holding back and poking in every hole he could to get her blocked, and so I pulled behind and drew the whip and dropped it on the mare, and let her have it twice, and then she shot ahead of me, and Smithy opened out and let her up beside him on the rails, and kept her there, and beat her like a smoke till she struggled past him, pulling hard, and came to Ike. But Ike drew his whip and hit her on the nose, and sent her back and won the race himself, for after all, it seems he'd have the favor of the Duke, and never told us, so that our stuff was lost, and that he had us up and the riding fell, and warned us off the tracks in 12 months each, to get our living any way we could, and Ike wasn't touched because his boss was judge and steward and the Lord knows what. But mister, if you lend us half a crown, I know 3 certain winners at the park, 3 certain cops as no one knows but me, and thank you, mister, come and have a beer. I always like the beer about this time. Well, so long, mister, till we meet again. And that concludes our tale, A Disqualified Jockey Story by Banjo Paterson.